day. Life is good today. Adios and via con Dios.
Welcome back to The Five. We're talking 2012 now, and the spotlight is on Mitt Romney. Not only are a lot of Republicans predicting that he'll be the candidate, but now the Obama camp has turned their attacks against him as well. There's a problem for any candidate when you become the inevitable candidate. And from what I read today, the Romney camp is certainly not playing into it. That everybody else is saying that, but they're saying they're going to have to earn every single vote. But, Bob, you know a little bit of something about setting these expectations on inevitability.
Yeah, well, I've been through this before, and we were in the inevitable candidate for months when I did the Mondale campaign. We got all the endorsements, all the money, the rest of it, and we almost got knocked off by Gary Hart. But, look, here's the thing that interests me about Romney. The Kaine numbers that show Kaine very close to Romney, not taking anything away from Kaine, but they show much more about Romney's weakness than it does about Kaine's strength. Romney, if he's gotten to 30, I don't remember the poll, maybe he did, but he's never gotten higher than that. And a front runner with 82 days to go, that's all, 82 days to the Iowa caucus, who's sitting at the mid-20s, is a campaign that is a mile wide and an inch deep. Now, it may be that he gets by it because the rest of them just can't stand up to it. But I'll tell you, people who think these things are inevitable, be careful.
Well, one of the things that's happening is that the Obama campaign, and David Axelrod, who's a senior Obama campaign person and ran the 2008 campaign, they've turned their attacks on Romney. And Greg, I'm going to go to you next after I read you this quote. He said that across the political spectrum, people have the same question. If you're willing to change positions on fundamental issues of principle, how can we know what you will do as president? How can we trust who you are? Greg, I'm having visions of the Kerry Bush campaign because that's when the flip-flop thing started. Does it still matter if you're a flip-flopper?
Well, the thing is, everyone flip-flops, but more important, nobody flip-flops.
All right. Huh? It's like a double negative?
No, it was just a joke. But look, here's the thing. Obama, the funny thing about Axelrod is Obama flip-flopped on some key things, Gitmo and cutting taxes. But those were great flip-flops, so you can't. I sound like I'm selling sandals. Those were great flip-flops. You can't condemn flip-flops if the change in policy you agree with. Those are very important things that he did, and I supported him in that. So just going after somebody because they changed their mind is stupid. If you recognize a mistake and you change your mind, that's smart, right?
Leadership. All right.
Yeah,
Leaving aside these proposals for the tax of the millionaires, name me one tax that Barack Obama has raised.
That's what I just said.
No,
I said he extended the Bush tax. I was complimenting.
He was trying to raise taxes. He was trying to raise. He was trying to get the Bush tax cuts
to name me one tax.
Remember, he ran against the Bush tax cuts.
He has cut taxes.
Well, okay, wait. All right.
Where? Hold on. Where?
In the stimulus package, there were $345 billion worth of tax cuts.
No. They use our money to give to states to pay for.
There were tax cuts for small business. Listen. There were $300 and some odd billion in tax cuts. Now,
okay.
we could argue that to you blue in the face.
Bob's right on that.
Thank you.
But I want to make one point, which is that President Obama ran on eliminating the Bush tax cuts. Then in his famous lame duck session in December 2010, then he passed the bill.
Okay, well, look,
we could argue this with Bob, he's right about this. Yes, he extended tax credits, all that did, Bob, was added $350 billion to the deficit, and then he's going to come around and now say, we have to pay for that. And how is he going to do that?
He raised taxes.
In the $787 billion stimulus package, there was over $300 billion in tax cuts.
And where is that going to be paid for and when?
There were tax cuts, Eric.
And now they're proposing what?
Tax cuts.
It's basic accounting.
You want tax cuts all the time. Where are they going to be paid for?
All right, because this wasn't our... I want to get to something else, which is that President Obama announced third quarter cash that they raised, $70.1 million total, which, when you're the incumbent president, you're going to raise a lot of money, right, Eric?
Yeah, that's great news it's great news because apparently there are going to be a lot of bundlers with some really, really great jobs in the Obama administration next year.
Once again.
If he wins, the solar industry is going to be littered with Obama bundlers.
You don't think that's going to happen if Perry or Romney win either? Where do you just get out of elementary school in politics? I mean, are you kidding?
Is a campaign. But can I get to Kimberly quickly? Because the Wall Street Journal NBC News poll that just came out for the first time had Herman Cain up on top above Mitt Romney by 4 points.
But nevertheless,
you think it is
big jump.
Something that can last?
Look, a lot of people are trying to diminish this and say that it really isn't about Cain. Bob says that. But how about giving him some credit for the accomplishments that he has? And it's not just the fact that Perry has dropped. I mean, look, Romney hasn't dropped. He's remained consistent with those numbers. He still needs to jump ahead, and I agree. He didn't do it last time he ran. He hasn't done it thus far.
Okay, wait, before we're going to have to...
Kim, wait a second. Guys. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's running a magnificent campaign, but Romney dropped here, and he's the front runner and had a Christie endorsement.
Okay, but it is. But Harry, in October 2008, Obama was in third place too, and
anything can happen.
It's just too early. But okay. Before we go, I wasn't here yesterday, but we had one little update that we wanted to give, right, Eric, before we have to teach?
Right, yesterday I said Michelle Bachmann was losing her communications director. Well, she lost a communications director. That's with her congressional office. Her campaign communications director, Alice, will still be on. So, Alice, everything's good. You didn't lose your job. But your friend in the other office right next door to you apparently has already gone to another congressman. So I just had to make it clear.
Alice Stewart's done a great job.
I put up with every day.
All right, we have to take a break, don't you think? When we come back, Greg has something to say about the BlackBerry panic. Don't go away.
Yeah.